What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. As I said yesterday, I'm gonna change up how I do things. Sports in the morning and react in the afternoon. Of course, I won't be going live for my reacts on TikTok because I'm live on TikTok right now because I do my podcast on StreamYard, so nobody would be able to see the React video on TikTok from my StreamYard. All right, so let's get into last night's scores. There was one, two, three, four, five, six games last night in the NBA. Indiana, my Charlotte Hornets beat Indiana Pacers, which we don't need to be doing. We might as well be tanking the rest of the season because we're one of the worst teams in the league. LaMelo's been hurt most of the year, and we didn't move off of contracts that we should have moved off of by now, like Gordon Hayward probably, and Terry Rozier, and you know other ones as well. So Pacers lost. Of course, you had 20 points from Miles Turner, 20 points from Buddy Hield, 18 from Benedict Mathurin, who's actually a rookie, and seems like he's going to pan out to be a really good player for the Pacers. Gordon Hayward gave us 22, PJ Washington 10, Nick Richards 14, Kelly Oubre Jr. 28, and Terry Rozier 23. And that's another contract we should have moved off from Kelly Oubre Jr. Um, he can't be your starter. Like if he's one of your starting guards, like he was last night, you're not winning shit. I like Terry Rozier, but he's just not this difference maker. It's really we need to work off of LaMelo, PJ Washington, and we got Miles Bridges coming back next year. So we'll see how that pans out, and hopefully we can get Scoot Henderson or the number one pick, which I seriously doubt we will, but who knows? Okay, then we got Philly and Chicago. Looks like Chicago beat Philly last night, 109 to 105. DeMar DeRozan gave you 25, 21 from Nikola Vucevic. Zach LaVine gave you 26. We got 37 from Embiid, 22 from Maxey. Tobias Harris gave you 14, and James Harden only gave you 5 points on with 12. I mean, he had 12 assists, but only 5 points. He was 2 for 14 shooting. Maxey was 9 for 19, 2 for 7 from threes. So really, is Maxey James Harden hit a few more shots and they win that game? I'm not really worried about that. That can happen. We just don't need it to happen playoff time because I'm rooting for the Sixers to come out the East. You got Minnesota and the Knicks last night. And of course, Minnesota beat the Knicks 140 to 134, pretty high scoring game. Julius Randle put up 57, which might be his career high. Kyle Anderson gave you 10, 18 from Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert 16, 24 from Conley, and Torian Prince gave you 35. Um, 57 from Julius Randle, like I said, but you only got 13 from Barrett, 23 from Brunson, and nothing from really nobody else. Manuel quickly gave you 19, Josh Hart 10 off the bench, but you know, you had 12 or 14 off the bench for Minnesota. That's literally 26 off the bench, plus another 8. That's 30 off the bench. Plus they had 5. The whole starting 5 scored in double figures for the T-Wolves, which also it was a must-win, I would say, for them. Golden State spanked Houston like everybody should. Score was 121, 108. We got Dante DiVincenzo, 5 points. Draymond, 8. 11 from Kevin Looney. Klay Thompson gave you 29. 30 from Curry and Kuminga gave you 17 off the bench. Jordan Poole didn't do shit. Jordan Poole definitely is highly overpaid. We need to stop paying athletes just for one fucking good year, man. This one good year shit, it really, it's not smart. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, any athlete can have one good year. Any athlete can have one good year. You know, we got to see two back to back, man. Okay, Houston Rockets, you had 17 from Kevin Porter Jr., 20 from Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, 17, 21 from Tari Eason, and Kenny Martin Jr. gave you 13. I mean, they was balanced, but they're still too young. Still too young. All right, then we had Dallas and Memphis. Memphis without Ja Morant. Dallas should be losing this game. Oh, well, Luka didn't play, so that makes sense. You had 28 from Kyrie, 20 from Christian Wood, Josh Green, 12. Yeah, I mean that's understandable if you ain't got Luka playing. That Dallas loses. Memphis, you had 28 from Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bain, 17, 16 from Tyus Jones, 22 from Santi, I think that's Aldama, and Luke Kennard gave you 10. And not to mention, Minnesota's been, I mean, not Minnesota, but Memphis has been a better team pretty much all year long than Dallas, because Dallas just recently traded for Kyrie to bring him over there with Luka, and I still don't know how that's going to pan out. And then, of course, the last game was the Jazz versus the Kings. The Jazz actually started out super hot at the beginning of the season and then fizzled out like the bottom of the Coke bottle when it gets flat. They definitely shouldn't have they were short-handed and they beat the Kings. Kings had Harrison Barnes 16, former Tar Heel. Keegan Murray gave you 22. The player that Houston Rockets should have drafted, Sabonis gave you 11 and 9, 10 from Kessler Edwards and 37 from De'Aaron Fox. Davion Mitchell, who ain't much of a scorer, than Malik Monk, 15 points off the bench. Of course, Jazz had a well-balanced 18 from Chris Dunn, who I didn't even know he was still in the league. 11 from Rudy Gay, who'll probably be out the league soon. 10 from THT, Taylor Horton Tucker. Ochai Agabaji, 27. That's these international cats are their names, man. Walker Kessler gave you 10, 19 from Kelly Olynyk, and 12 from Simone Fontecchio. So yeah, man. Kings definitely. That's the thing. I don't really know if I believe in the Kings. I like they're number 2 in the West, but I'm not sold playoff time. They could get bounced out the first round. All right, let me get a little bit of NFL. Let's get in a few of the moves. Jimmy G to the Raiders. I know to a lot of people, Jimmy G, Porno Jimmy doesn't sound like a upgrade over Derek Carr. When you go off winning percentage, it sure as hell is. It sure as hell is. Derek Carr they just gave Derek Carr literally a top 3 wide receiver in the league, and he still couldn't get over the hump. His buddy, former college wide receiver, and Devontae Adams, and they still couldn't get over the hump. Devontae Adams is apparently, I don't think he's too happy that Derek Carr is gone, when it seems like he only went over there to play with Derek Carr. It's the only reason he went. I mean, because why else do you leave Aaron Rodgers to go play with Derek Carr unless Derek Carr is your buddy? And now Derek Carr is gone. Because, yeah, if I give you a top 3 quarterback in the league and you still can't get over the hump, you got to go. Now, Jimmy G, when healthy, wins. He has one of the highest winning percentages ever, you know. So, I don't know. We'll see. And he played with Josh McDaniels before as a backup for the Patriots. So, you got to throw that in as well. Derek Carr to the Saints. Does it make the Saints better? Yeah, I think it does. That's the thing, though. Saints had a shit ton of pieces over there with Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara and the other pieces they had on offense. Like, he's going to have some pieces, especially if they keep Michael Thomas. So we'll see. And then he's in a easier division. You're in a division with Atlanta, Carolina, and Tampa, who Tampa's got Baker Mayfield. Carolina's drafted the number 1 pick. Atlanta is, I don't even know who Atlanta's quarterback is right now. So he's in an easier division. He could win this division. Derek Carr can win this division with the Saints. It can happen. I want to get to the Dallas one moves. Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks. They definitely shouldn't have got rid of Amari Cooper in the first place. So they're kind of making up for that mistake. And Stephon Gilmore, I don't know what much he has left as cats get older and older, but I think it's a great move for Dallas. Does it still get him over the hump? I'm looking in the NFC right now. And who's the best teams in the NFC right now? Probably Eagles again, San Fran again, and probably Dallas. Probably Dallas. Unless the Vikings get Lamar Jackson, I'm still not sold on the Vikings. They're just like the Utah Jazz of the NFL. They'll have a real good regular season, probably win the division, but that's it. Now you get Lamar Jackson over there with Justin Jefferson and Cook, I think it is. Um, that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. Dalvin Cook, yeah. That'd be very interesting to see Lamar Jackson, Dalvin Cook, and Justin Jefferson. And now they don't got Adam Thielen no more, who signed with my Carolina Panthers, which I don't get that move either. Like, if we're rebuilding, why do we need to bring in Adam Thielen on a 3-year deal when we should just might as well draft a wide receiver in the second round to go along with our number 1 overall quarterback? You know, it doesn't make sense. I don't know what Carolina's doing. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And let me think. Is there any more NFL moves that really are difference makers right now? I don't know. I don't really see none right now. I don't really see no super big difference maker. I'm interested to see what Chiefs are going to do. They didn't re-sign Juju Smith-Schuster. He went to the Patriots. The Steelers still. I heard somebody saying that Odell Beckham Jr. would be a good spot for the Steelers, and I think that would. But I don't see no difference-making moves right yet. And a lot of these moves last year, you had Russell Wilson to the Broncos. They were like, oh my gosh, Broncos are going to be contenders. Matt Ryan to the Colts. Oh my gosh, the Colts are going to be so good. You know, and none of these moves panned out. Von Miller to the Bills. Oh, he's going to be the difference maker. Gets hurt before the playoffs. You know, Patrick Mahomes and them, they can't win without the cheetah. Oh my gosh, it's going to be impossible. I mean, Dolphins were better, but how much better? How much better? And, you know, like right now it's on Tua it's on Tua this year. If Tua doesn't make it happen this year, he's gone. Dak, it's on Dak this year at the Cowboys. You got another good wide receiver to go next to CeeDee Lamb, and you got Stephon Gilmore in the cornerback position to go with the other cornerback you already got, who had, I want to say, 7 interceptions or 11 interceptions last year. So yeah, and if Lamar Jackson, moves, then I'll probably be talking about that. And if there's some big moves that happen, even like last year, I thought Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers would be a difference maker. But as you see, when you're playing with a fourth string quarterback in the NFC Championship, it doesn't matter if you get Christian McCaffrey or not. So yeah. Once again, I'll thank you for tuning in, Paul Pickett Podcast, and I'm out.